Good morning, everybody. Mr. Ristau here. I am going to be your instructor for the Tonka Online AP Macroeconomics course, and I wanted to welcome you to the course. And if you're watching this video, it means that, one, not only are you registered for the course, you have access to Schoology, of course, here, but this is the welcome video. And the purpose of this video is to mainly guide you through briefly, not Schoology so much, because Minnetonka students here are familiar with Schoology for sure. So it's not really a tutorial on Schoology, but it is a tutorial on how the course is structured and where to find certain things in folders and just the general organization of everything. So I wanted to welcome everyone, both Minnetonka students, some of you I have had just this past year, and also students from outside of the district. Welcome to Tonka Online. This video isn't going to be so much either about myself. I have a separate video that I'll show you that's located here. You notice you're looking at the screen. It's located there in the welcome folder. Like I said, my name is Mr. Ristau. Just real briefly, I have taught 29 years total, 19 years of which have been here at Minnetonka. And I teach AP Macroeconomics, the online version here as well, but also AP US History. And I also teach an IB Economics course here at Minnetonka High School. So there are a couple of things, actually more than a couple of things that I want to stress as we go through this. Your screen might look a little bit different than mine, but the general overall concept and where things are found are going to, of course, be the same. So you're going to find me here looking at my screen and the camera here at the same time, and I'll kind of guide you through and show you where things are located. If I scroll down here, I'm not sure if this will show up on your screen or not, but these items here down in the lower left-hand corner, I want to start with how important it is to be able to maintain communication, especially throughout the summer, since we're not actually in the building, and especially with out-of-district folks. But it's really important to maintain communication with me and I with you. So one of the things that I stress is communication in order to be successful in any online course, whether you take it in high school or college or whatever part of life you're going through. So the easiest way to communicate with me is going to be through Schoology Messenger here. I will always look at my computer at least one time a day during the summer months, and I'll check my Schoology messages, certainly. So Schoology Messenger is going to be number one primary way to communicate with me, and that is going to be the number one way that I will communicate with you. The second way probably is going to be email, and my email address you can see down here. It is my MTKA, my Minnetonka email address, steve.ristau@mtka.org. And a third way, if necessary, if, for example, you want to set up a meeting, you have questions about a unit, whatever content you're covering, would be the Google Meet. And I provided the Google Meet code, which is just simply my first name, last name, all one word. Okay? And we're not going to use that often. In fact, there will probably never be a time when we meet all together as a class. But if we do, it would be through Google Meet. Okay? Throughout the summer, there are going to be office hours that I will maintain, just like during the school year here in my classroom. And by office hours, I just simply mean I will be sitting in front of the computer for an hour in the Google Meet classroom. And that's going to take place on Tuesday and Friday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. Okay? That does not mean you're required to be there. It's not a class session. It just means that you know that if you do have a question about something, maybe you're working through Unit 2 material, you're not sure how to calculate unemployment, or you don't know what this means, you know that I'll just ask Mr. Ristau during office hours on Tuesday morning. I know he's there from 9 to 10 in the Google Meet room. Okay? That's all that means. Now, if you take a look here at the Schoology page, our Schoology page, Let's start here. You notice that we want to start here in the welcome folder. And there are a few things here in the welcome folder that I want to point your attention to. A lot of this stuff you can just watch on your own. You can read on your own. I would encourage you to look at some of these documents so you know what the expectations of the course are. First and foremost, right away, you'll notice here both on your calendar, right? And here is a little introduction activity that I'd like you to complete by Friday, June 24th. It's just a little discussion board. Follow the prompts. It's very self-explanatory. Good way to get to know each other. Good way for me to get to know you. Related to that, I would then watch the video that I made about myself. And that'll go a little bit more into detail about who I am, where I'm coming from, and my experience. Like I said, a small handful of you know me because you were with me this whole past year in class here in my room. Do watch then, as you are right now, the course introduction. And we're going to go through, like I said, how the course is organized, how it's structured, where to find things. Here is your textbook. All right. It is a digital version. There is a hard copy here at Minnetonka High School. Although by the time you watch this, it may not be available in the port, which is the high school library. But that does not mean you can't access one. It would just take a little bit more doing. So I would recommend using the digital version here. This is the PDF version of our textbook. So you will want to use this. You are going to need to use this because the exams are based off this book. The quizzes are based off this book. Any formative assignment problem sets are based off the book. And of course, the AP exam ultimately next May is based off this textbook, right? So it's very important. I will come back to what this naked economics business is. AP Classroom, that folder, I will have later in the summer, probably in August sometime. If you take a look at the update page, you'll see my message. The codes, you must be registered in AP Classroom in order to take the AP exam. So please be on the lookout for when I make those codes available. I will let everybody know. Right now, you'll notice in the folder just some directions on how to join AP Classroom, my section here. And the code is not there yet, of course, but I will have that there for you in August. All right. My welcome letter, you should have received an email from me a few days back. And the videos here, like I said, watch the video introducing myself. You're watching right now the course introduction. You can look on your own, spend time looking through the syllabus, the College Board overview of what AP Macroeconomics is, and the course description. This item here, the reassessment policy, because the course is online and everything is online, you will notice here that the policy as far as reassessments go for Tonka Online, there are no reassessments moving forward over the course of the summer, okay? And you can see here, this is due to the nature of the original assessment being online. That's for summative assessments, of course, if necessary. Okay, this is due in large part, like I said, that everything is online, so there are no reassessments in the course, okay? If necessary, exams, it says, may see some points possible being dropped, depending on the overall average performance of the exam. So if it's a 40-point exam, and there seems to be a major problem with a couple points on that exam, I'll just drop the points possible to 38. That's what I mean by that. All right, so I do take into account the rigor and the amount of content that we will be covering. I do take that into account on the exam. I use College Board formulas and whatnot to take into account all of that stuff when an exam is scored. Okay? So remember that. No reassessments on any exam or summative item. There's just no reassessments, period. A couple other things here in the welcome folder that might be helpful. This folder here, if you do need technical support throughout the summer, contact the help desk. There's technical support here. There are phone numbers. There are email addresses. There are tips here to be successful that we like to point out with Tonka Online if this is your first experience with an online course. There are some basics here regarding Schoology, if you need any help with Schoology, and some other strategies that students have said proved helpful when dealing with an online course, especially if this is the first time around. I've told students in the past that the two, for me anyway, experience-wise, the two most important items to be successful in any online course I have found is communication with the instructor and time management. Okay, and I'm going to speak more about time management and whatnot here in a second. But I think time management is really important when it comes to any online course. All right, so that is basically the items here that can be found in the welcome folder. All right, now there's one other item here before we move on, and that is the Tonka Online self-pacing guidelines, and this is really, really important to be aware of. It might be really important to show mom or dad at home as well what these self-pacing guidelines are. So it says here, to be a successful learner, you need to commit to the following. Notice that you want to routinely, consistently log into the course at least 4 or 5 times a week. To earn this half credit, you're expected to spend about 5 to 7 hours of work each week. That's about an hour a day, and that's a College Board guideline. During the summer, to work on any material, assignments, etc. That includes reading, textbook reading assignments, and whatnot. You want to follow the due dates and deadlines and communicate, like I said, with me, and maintain that communication when needed. All right. Now, this is the important part. Online self-pacing is flexibility to complete work within a unit time frame, not flexibility with unit deadlines. All right, so follow me while I read this. Online students have the flexibility to create their own schedule. It's probably one of the reasons why you took this, and plan for learning the course content within the unit due date and deadline parameters set by the instructor, set by me. Successful students schedule their online learning routine to include often daily interactions with the course material. You have flexibility to choose when you're going to complete the assignments or interact with the content within the confines of the unit, right? The unit parameters, the unit timeline. However, assignments must be completed at regular intervals by the end of the unit and meet assignment due dates and deadlines for each unit. So similar to a traditional course, you're going to be expected to complete the work in a timely manner to support deeper learning and longer retention of knowledge. Okay? So if we go back here to the first page, the main page, you'll see I have a number of things already on your calendar. All right, so take, for example, these quizzes here, the reading quizzes for Unit 1. That is the due date. Okay, Wednesday, June 29th. Formative assignments are going to close. They lock, they close. I do not reopen them under any circumstances. Okay? I don't care what you do between now and June 29th or once the course opens here, between then and June 29th. You can do them all on June 29th for all I care. But they will lock, they will close. Do not ask me to reopen them because I won't. Okay? That's why I post them well in advance. Each unit is going to be about 9 or 10 days throughout the summer. There's going to be plenty of time to complete this work. Do not leave it till the last minute. So any item that you see on here is going to be the due date. It's going to be midnight on the day that you see posted here. All right? So again, Naked Economics Part 1, I'll explain that in a moment. That's going to be due then midnight, Monday, July 18th. At that time, on the 19th, it will lock and close. All right? So you work within the confines of the unit. The unit deadlines that you see on your calendar, I am fairly strict about, even during the summer months. Now, I know it's summer break. I'm on summer break too. Things come up, vacations come up, et cetera, et cetera. Even crises come up, right, that you don't plan for and expect. That, of course, I work with. I'm flexible with that. But otherwise, I'm fairly strict with deadlines, and that's for your benefit, and it's also for my benefit. So that's what we mean by self-pacing. Now, you notice on your calendar here this thing called Naked Economics. That is a book. We have a digital copy of it right here. Okay? The book Naked Economics, great read. It's an easy read, but it's a great overview of what economics is. A lot of great real-life practical examples. I have broken it down into 2 separate assignments, part 1 and part 2. So you'll see on your calendar, here's part 1. I have attached the assignment here for you, the book itself, and also the instructions and what I'd like you to do with it. And you can see that part 1 here is due Monday, July 18th by midnight. All right, part 2 will be due later at the end of August. Okay, that's basically the welcome folder. Scrolling down here, you can see here I have a PDF copy of the summer calendar if you'd like to get a general overview of where things are headed. You can see that each unit is about 9 or 10 days, depending on the unit. Okay, remember office hours are Tuesday and Friday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. Purple squares here is when the unit exam will become available, so more about that later. Remember, unit exams in here are both multiple choice and FRQ, very much like the AP exam is. And I try to set reminders on here when formative work is due. Okay. The course will be ending August 26th, Friday, August 26th. So there is a calendar for you if you like to have kind of a long-term look at how things are going to progress if you're planning the rest of your summer. This item here, AP Macro General Questions, this is just a discussion board. If for some reason you miss me during office hours or you're wondering about something, I would encourage you to post it here. Other students can see it. Maybe they can help you. Maybe they can answer if I don't see it in time. So this is just a general area where I encourage you to post questions. Like I said, maybe a classmate has a question that you know the answer to. So just feel free to jump in and help each other out. Okay, we're kind of all in this together. Now, the basic structure of the course. Each unit is broken up into folders. I only have the first folder visible to you right now because that's the only one we need to be concerned about. And I give you a little brief summary of what the unit is about. I give you a little reminder what the absolute deadline is for this unit. You notice that this first unit is going to end Thursday, June 30th, and then the summative exam will be available. Oh, by the way, I will post and make a weekly video update, probably on Sunday mornings throughout the summer, every Sunday morning. On the update page, you will see a weekly video update. It's just a general reminder where you should be, kind of pacing reminder, when things are going to become available, namely summative exams, right? So you really want to be on the lookout for that. But come Thursday, June 30th is when that first summative exam is going to be made available. Okay, and I'll explain more about that later. You usually have a day or two to complete it, and then we move on to Unit 2. There are consequences, there are penalties for not taking the summative exams on time. Okay, so I'm always going to give you at least 24 to 48 hours to complete those exams. 10% off if you don't complete it on time. And if it gets to be a week or so or later than that, I take 50% off. So we're not going to mess around with leaving exams to the last day, the last unit. That just isn't going to happen. Okay, it's in your best interest. This is the reason why we have deadlines. Your best interest to get those done on time. Okay? So let's open up the folder here and I'll show you how things break down. For each unit, I provide you with a very brief overview of what the unit is about. I highly encourage you to watch these videos. All right? My overview video of Unit 1 in this case. All right, and like I said, there's one for each unit. This folder here is filled with the lecture videos, but also notes for the unit, Google Slides, and then these 2 videos here are 2 videos that were made by the College Board during the beginnings of COVID, during the pandemic. I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to watch these videos. Yes, they are 45 to 60 minutes in length, but the nice thing is you can pinpoint what you want to watch. Let's say you don't understand opportunity cost. Go to the video, watch that 2-minute clip on opportunity cost. Comparative advantage. It's fantastic. They're great videos. I'd highly recommend watching them, especially maybe if you're reviewing for an exam. All right. This folder here, you're going to see the homework assignments. Formative work for macro for me in here basically consists of the reading quizzes, and in this case, the naked economics assignment. The naked economics assignment is going to be stretched out over the course of the summer. You're going to be reading the book, doing some writing, and submitting it to a Dropbox. So you're going to have naked economics, which is a formative. Reading quizzes are formative. The other main assignment is going to be problem sets. Problem sets are summative assignments, and they are based on old FRQs. They're based on questions from the textbook. They're based on the textbook. It helps you understand, hopefully, the material better for that summative exam at the end of the unit. Okay, so there isn't a lot of formative work. Like I said, reading quizzes, naked economics, that's your formative work for throughout the summer. Problem set is going to be your main and only summative assignment throughout the summer. There is a problem set for each unit. All right, and you'll see that in the folder. Here are the lessons. I would highly recommend doing them in order, or at least taking a look. Some are longer than others. Some are just simply, here's the objective, here's a brief explanation, here's a video to watch, right? And you kind of move your way through the lesson. And how you combine that, how you progress through that, that's up to you. Ultimately, knowing that summative exam for Unit 1 is going to be coming on June 30. Okay? I would do these in order because AP Macro builds on itself. So the stuff in Unit 1 is going to come back in Unit 2. Stuff in Unit 2 and 1 is going to come back in Unit 3, and so forth. Here are the reading quizzes. These are formative. Small reading quizzes, they're going to be anywhere from maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 points that will go in the grade book. You can see here that there are 5 for Unit 1. And that basically is what Unit 1 consists of. All right? How you complete the unit, like I said earlier, is up to you when you complete it. Okay? As long as you are following the deadlines and the guidelines that I've laid out here on your calendar, you can see when things are due. It's very important that you stay caught up. You complete things within the confines of the unit, because once the unit is over, we're done with that unit. Okay? And we move on to the next one. Summative exams will remain open, those drop boxes, but there will be a 10%, like I said, a 10% point deduction. Okay? Obviously, if anything ever comes up throughout the course of the summer, please let me know. Don't leave me hanging. Don't assume that I know, because of course I won't. If something happens or you're going to be gone, let's say you're going to be gone over the 4th of July for a week and a half, you don't have internet access, whatever the case may be, I need to know that. Okay? And then as we progress through the course, I will make the next unit available. It'll be visible on your screen. Okay? And then you'll see Unit 1, and then you'll also see then Unit 2 when it becomes available. And that's really about it, guys. I know I've gone on here longer than what maybe I intended to, but I wanted to make sure that we're all kind of on the same page. And hopefully I covered everything. You might have questions. If you do, please shoot me a message or email me, and I'll always end each video by saying just that. If there are any questions about anything, please shoot me a Schoology message. Please shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Welcome again, everyone, to the course. I'm looking forward to a great summer and ready to get started with the material. Okay? Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.